It's a strange old season here with Airbus UK, goals flying in at both ends, the classic defensive errors, we're missing that centre half we were begging for on deadline day. But going forward, we've finally got an identity, we've finally got a regular threat, but it still might not be enough. That's how bad we are at the back. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 11 of the Head Coach with me, Daniel. We are back with Airbus today for a big cup game against Flint Town and a game against bottom of the table in the league, Llandudno. But as you can see, it's fairly tight if you take out TNS and Connors Key. We are competing, we have got a bit of an identity now, and I'm not hating it as much as I was before. So if you're looking forward to finding out if we can progress and whether there's any better luck on the job front, then please do put a thumbs up on the video and subscribe for daily FM23 content. We were back with a transfer special and a new season from our Build a Nation save earlier. You can find that one up in the eye above, as well as the Twitch channel where we're live every day during the beta. But let's get straight in to the action with Airbus, because we've had quite a lot of games off camera, and we did surprisingly have one offer as well. In the end, the player chose to reject us to go to a very low-level side in English football, but it was nice to see with the loan window opening domestically that the director of football did actually make an offer. Not had one since, and that was the 10th of September, so we've been about 5 or 6 weeks since that. But let's go and have a look at what's happened on the pitch, because it's been a little bit of a mixed bag. It actually started pretty well after the last episode. We were unbeaten in 6, albeit 3 of the 4 wins were in the cup. But this month, a bit more of a reality check. We started with a 2-1 win at Flint Town, in which we were absolutely battered. They had an offside goal ruled out in stoppage time, but I don't care. We won it 2-1. Nathan Parry and Craig Davis, what a signing he's been, popped up with the winner. And then in the Welsh Cup against Swansea Uni, we popped up with a 3-0 win. This time Davis getting 2 of them and Joe Jenkins, the youngster, scoring 1. A 1-1 draw at home to Aberystwyth, Adam Davis equalising from the kickoff after we fell behind, before a remarkable 3-3 draw at Carnarvon. It's a little bit of a pattern of our season actually. We were 3-0 down at the break, we then went for it. Adam Davis scored 2, Ethan Morgan scored 1, and in the end we could have actually won it. And if you go to a future game, you'll see what I mean by the pattern there. Because the next game we won 3-2 at home to Gilesfield. That was in the Cup, the League Cup this time. Nichols, Payrelade and Jenkins, 3 youngsters getting a goal apiece. A 6-3 win in the Welsh Cup against Holywell. 2 for Davis, 1 for Parry, Morgan, Dion Nichols and Jermaine McQueen. And then a 4-3 defeat at Pennybont with remarkable similarity. 4-0 down with 15 to go. Jake Hare ended up scoring the winner. That hurt, I can't lie. But McQueen, Jenkins and Davis all scored in the last 15 minutes before we drew back-to-back blanks. A 1-0 defeat at Newtown, a 0-0 draw against Connors Key. The latter, a really good result, but we relied on Bradley Borsch, who was man of the match. So fingers crossed we can bounce back in the cup, play a little better. I mean, if we look at it, bar the Bala game you saw on camera, we haven't lost a home game all season. Away from home, particularly in the league, it's been a much harder story. Even the one we won against Flint Town could have gone either way. But as it stands, we're doing our job again. We're outside the relegation zone, we're pushing hard, and I think you're seeing why we had a better time against Carmarthen on the opening day. Because them and Llandudno stuck on 5 at the bottom, the promoted sides. And of course, we come up against Llandudno later today, but we've also got lower league opposition in a League Cup quarter-final. Bear in mind in that one, Connors Key have got TNS in the quarters. If we can avoid whoever gets through in the semis, we've got a real chance at a cup final there. For now though, we're going to focus on the big game today. A cup competition, a chance to reach the last 8, a chance to bring in more money. I would give you an update on the job front, but we apply for jobs, we don't get jobs, we go back to it. I mean, the fact Hereford, bottom of the National League North, didn't even shortlist us, there's not much more we can do. So let's go and get through to the tactical meeting, pick our team for today's game. We have had 2 games in the week, so we're probably going to end up a little weaker here. But after this, we've got 6 days off. So anyone who is fit will start. Back in a minute to see who is. Well, the very simple answer to that last question is not many. We've got lots of players out. Parry and Palmer dropped to the bench, as does Adam Davis. Kamara's out of the 18 entirely. We've got Bailey Owen, who's got to play unfit because we don't have enough centre-halves. We covered that enough on deadline day though, I won't bore you with it again. What it means is our starting 11 for this one is Bradley Borge in goal, Goodwin and Curtis Jones the fullbacks, with Heald and Owen as centre-half. We've got Edwards, Jenkins, Granell and Davis the midfield diamond. Edwards having to drop in because we don't have a backup to Palmer. And then up front, Payrelade comes in alongside Morgan. To be fair, Adam Davis hasn't been that great recently. So let's go and get through to it, see if we can cause a cup shock. Because if we're anything other than our first 11, we haven't really got a chance to be favourites. And here are the teams. Flint Town have Nick Rushton up front, the man that we tried to sign last summer, or the director of football did, I should say. Stefan Hall on the bench, the man who left us on deadline day to go there. He went to the youth team, but apparently he's good enough for their squad, which does suggest, and looking at some of their numbers in the 30s, maybe they're relying on young players as well. Seems to be a pattern across the division, and maybe that's why, despite us weakening, we've got a chance to compete a bit more in the league, because it seems other clubs are losing as many players, if not more than us. But into the first half we go. It's a good crowd by the looks of it. So let's see if we can get on top and hopefully get through to 2 quarter-finals. As we're back just 3 minutes in, Bradley Borge rolling out from the back to Heald, who's in the team today due to the fatigue elsewhere. Jenkins picks it up in midfield to Davis. He's been a superstar this season as Payrelade puts through Ethan Morgan. In he goes one-on-one. Doesn't make it count though. Oh, he does! How did that drop in? It seemed to defy the laws of physics. It deflected up off the defender. It went high, high, high. Looked like it was going miles over the bar. And then just dropped down into the corner of the net. Ended up bouncing just as it went in. Fabulous goal, we'll take it. It's certainly not one that was a convincing finish, but it's 1-0 nonetheless, as Goodwin delivers across to Craig Davis, and his header hits the side netting. Flying start from Airbus. If we can stay up and win a cup, what a season that would be. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself now. There's a long way to go, and TNS are still in every competition, as Walters delivers the cross, and Margetson has equalised, and I would immediately shut my face, because that shows a bit more realistically what might happen in this cup game. Well, coming up to half-time, it's been an even game, but it's gone very quiet since the equaliser. The second half of the half did not match the first half of the half. But at half-time, we've still got no assistant manager, by the way. I keep forgetting to mention. The old one left 4 months ago nearly now. And it's the longest I've seen without someone being recruited by a director of football. So maybe that's a little glitch. Maybe it's something they're just ignoring. Or maybe they're focusing on players more. But either way, definitely something unusual for our history in the head coach. We've been the better team, we've said, which is a lie, and the lads haven't reacted, as is normal. So let's see what happens in the second half. Bailey Owen is not going to last much longer. We'll get him to the hour mark, and then we'll bring on Parry, because he's knackered as well. But just give 160, 130, and hopefully both of them are rested for Friday, as Margetson back to the edge of the box, just over the bar. Walters with a good effort there. He had the keeper beaten, but thankfully he had the crossbar beaten too. So with 26 minutes to go, Owen off. On comes Parry. We'll switch those two around. We're also going to take off Granell in centre midfield for Dion Nichols, who's looked good off the bench at times. Good free kick taker. McQueen would come on later, but for now, I'm going to take off Ethan Morgan for Adam Davis. Give him a half an hour to save the game. We'll do the same with Edwards for Joe Palmer. 4 changes made. 25 minutes to get a winner. Well, just a few yellow cards for the visitors today as we make the final sub. McQueen on in attacking midfield for the tired Craig Davis. We are trying to be as strong as possible here, and we're putting up a good effort in fairness. But late on, Flint have got a throw on the right, and we all know how this is going. Goodwin heads away, but not really far enough as Walters shoots. I mean, you've got to hold your hands up sometimes. That is a stunning effort. I'm not convinced that they should be going in quite so frequently from distance. But it's a good shot, it's a good goal, and Walters, well, at 19, he's put an absolute flyer in. He looks familiar. I'm not sure where we've had him before. Maybe it was Kevin Druids, I don't know. But a really decent player, better than our attacking ones. Let's go attacking for the rest of stoppage time. It's not going to be enough. It's a 2-1 defeat. Another one of those games where we were in it, but didn't quite do enough. And it's starting to become a pattern. As the bad run goes on, the confidence drifts away. We've got to bounce back against Llandudno. They're bottom of the league. They're really struggling. This has to be the one we get the result. Back in a moment for it. Hopefully, everyone will be fit. Game time as Llandudno, the bottom side, are in town. They've got the worst goal difference in the league. And we really need to get a result here. If we want to stay up, this is the sort of game we've got to win. However, there's good and bad news since the last game. Firstly, we broke our record attendance in that cup match, over 600 fans in to watch us lose to Flint Town. The bad news though, we rested a centre-half Parry and he's got injured anyway, so he's now going to miss a month. Kamara will come back into the team at left back, Jones will fill that vacancy on the bench, and anyone else who's fit will basically get in. So Jenkins drops out, Edwards and Palmer make up the diamond, Masrani back in at right back, and I think, bar Adam Davis coming in up front, that's just about it. So there's our team. It's much changed from last weekend's game. Masrani back in, Kamara back in, the two fullbacks, and then Palmer into the holding role and Davis up front. Will it be enough though to get us a result? Let's go and find out against the bottom side in the league. Please cross your fingers, everyone. And there we go. One familiar name in the Llandudno team. It is Clayton Green, who got sent off against us in a crucial game last year. Was it Pontypridd where we lost 3-0? And now he's back with a vengeance. Let's have a look at how he gets on against us. We're going to pump the fist. We're going to say we're favourites here and I want to play like it. 3 players motivated. That might be the best reaction we've ever had in this team. Certainly in a pre-match team talk. Let's go and kick off. Let's get through it. Fingers crossed we can get a result. If we lose this, we're in big trouble. Well, what we didn't want was a really quiet start to the game. We wanted to be on the front foot and get an early goal. Instead, it's now Llandudno on the attack, though their goal kick is straight to Masrani. Edwards loses it, but it's only as far as Palmer. He chips over the top towards Adam Davis. The defence has gone missing. Rounds the goalkeeper. He'd had 3 or 4 games without a goal, but Davis is back in form. 1-0 up. He takes advantage of the error, and we need him to deliver. He's the only real superstar we've got left in this team. If he doesn't score, we probably don't win, as we're back with Granalta healed. Can we build confidence now? Not with passes like that, but it's a backup 16-year-old who's in the team. As Davis takes the goal kick, long downfield, up towards Heald at left centre-half. Oh my words, you are joking. Bailey Owen, for the 2nd episode in a row, has made an absolute clanger. I mean, that one's just a missed basic header under not really any pressure at all. And with the first shot on target, Llandudno are level, and we've thrown it away within 5 minutes of taking the lead. Are they related? Because Bailey Owen, I feel like he's gifted him there. I'm wondering if he's related to the goal scorer. 5 to the break, a very poor game. I mean, a draw's a fair result, but we really need more. As Davis has the ball at the back again. If he kicks long, I'll be absolutely petrified. As it is done just that, Heald heads away as far as Granal. Edwards brings it down. Can we counter with Ethan Morgan? 2 men getting up in support. Cuts inside. There's now 4 or 5 up. Tries the switch of play to absolutely no one. Only away as far as Masrani, who can keep the ball. Takes his time to cut inside. Bailey Owen. Finds Palmer eventually. In a centre circle to Granal. Through ball to Davis. It's brilliant. Intercepted to Ethan Morgan. And he finishes from 20 yards. The keeper had half committed already, so he had half a goal to work with. But he placed it beautifully. Not too much power, just got it right. And on a stroke of half time, that is the perfect time to retake the lead and get the goal. And I've got to say, and I hope you guys notice it as well, I know we've made odd individual errors and it's been frustrating for most games this season. But we have got a bit of an identity going forward. We look good with the diamond. We look good with a good attacking midfielder and 2 strikers running in behind them. We're playing some nice football in the middle. And if we had a couple of decent centre-halves, I think we could be halfway up the league quite easily. Masrani cutting in, playing as the inverted wing-back, produces a good through ball. It's exactly what he's there for. Into Adam Davis, 2 in the middle. Morgan's 1. Already scored 1, but can't get on the end of that. He's forced wide on the left, keeps possession. Back into Davis, returning the favour. And he heads just over. 2-1 Airbus, but we're on top. We need another goal to try and see this one off. If we get a 2-goal lead, I'll start to feel confident. But at the moment, it only takes 1 mistake. Oh, we're back again. Heald's made a mistake. Pearce goes for the shot. The man released, having not played for us last year. What a time to return. It's the man who wouldn't be playing if Parry hadn't got injured. And as a result, it's probably cost us the game. I mean, look at deadline day and what we said. We lost Thomason. We lost Edwards. We lost Wakona. Not great players, but our first 3 centre-halves. And look what's happened as a result. The 2 that have come in have made the deliberate individual errors that have cost us the game. Bailey Owen has just lost out to his namesake in the air again. I'm starting to really question this. It's the same old problems. We're playing really decently in open play. and gifting some of the stupidest goals you will ever see. Kamara is going to be replaced by Jones. And do you know what, actually? I've had enough at the back. I'm going to take Bailey Owen off and I'll drop Palmer to centre half. In the holding role will go Edwards. Centre mid will go Jenkins. He'll be joined by more additions in a minute. But with 25 odd to go, I'm just going to hope. We're going to encourage the lads. We've made late comebacks before, but the goals we're giving away is the only thing missing. And knowing it's an issue the director of football could have resolved so easily. He'd scouted good players. It does my head in. But thankfully, we've been given a gift. It's a second yellow card as well, is it? Yes! A penalty that looked soft. A second yellow card. And a chance now for Ryan Edwards to equalise from the penalty spot. With 12 minutes to go, we're back on terms. Off comes Granell. On comes Nichols. Off comes Masrani. On comes Goodwin. We've got to make this count. 3-3. It's another thriller. But could we yet be the ones who win it? As James picks the ball up in the centre circle. There's no excuse if we end up losing to 10 men now. As James comes down the left, he's just run past 4. No one's gone near him. Put a challenge in. Piers gets it on the edge. Great save, Borge. How on earth was that so easy? Heald clears it away. It's a really frustrating night because we should be doing so much more. I'm going to go attack him because Davis has it again. And Llandudno somehow look the more likely at the minute. Davis clears it long. Heald goes up, finally wins a header, but he's out of position now as James gets down the right. Will someone bloody close him down, please? Into Jay Owen. Oh, he's given a penalty. Oh my God, he's given a penalty again. Who took him out? I don't know what happened there because it just cut away from the highlight. James has put the penalty in. We are now behind to 10 men. The defending is leaving me speechless. For all of the brilliance elsewhere, for all of the attacking threat we've got, I just need 2 centre-halves that are just half competitive. That's all I'm asking for. I don't even know what change to bring on. Nothing improves us. So I'm going to take off Davis for McQueen because he scored a couple of late goals. In fact, we've had all our sub breaks, so it doesn't matter. 4-3 down, bottom of the league with 10 men, and they've somehow managed to steal a winner. It's a soft penalty, but it doesn't matter. The point stands that we've gifted them 2 or 3 chances. Can we nick a goal? Header away. There's 2 minutes of stoppage time left. And now I'm begging for a draw. Jones finds Palmer. Chips up toward Davis. Down for Morgan, but he's nowhere near it. And it's out to Curtis Jones at left back again. Gets the chance to cross. Loses possession. What are you doing, man? Just put the ball in the box. Stop saking so long. Long ball forward towards Morgan. Left by the defender. 2 in the middle. Adam Davis. Half the goal open, has kicked it straight at the goalkeeper. And it stays 4-3. This is carnage. Please, Director of Football, can you not see we just need 1 defender? Well, 2 centre-halves ideally. But Palmer might be a permanent there the way he's playing. As Nichols puts it in, Adam Davis up, hits the post and again. Heald's missed the rebound, 2 yards from an open goal. Oh my words. How are we losing this match? Nichols has got 1 last chance to put it in. We've got Heald at the back post. We've got Adam Davis up there. Can one of you win it? Davis does. Heald puts the rebound in. It's 4-4. We've scored the goal when it really matters. And he's made up for giving away a penalty and another howler. I'm celebrating now because it was the last minute. But quite frankly, if we want to stay up, results like that are not going to be enough. 3 expected goals. We scored 4. Theirs was less than 2. Let's see when we're going to be back. I guess the positive here with Carmarthen losing is that it is still a 4-point gap. It is that buffer to the bottom 2. Our aspirations can't really be greater than 10th unless we get a centre-half. And I think you've all seen the reasons why today. You saw it in the last episode too. What a difference it could have made. 1 centre-half could have changed our season. I'm going to experiment next game with Palmer at centre-half and putting in Edwards and then maybe Jenkins or one of the other youngsters. But let's have a look at the schedule because I think we're going to have to come back for the same bit as last year. The TNS doubleheader, the best side, the professional side. They didn't make European group stage football this year, but after their fine efforts last year, their big upgrades to the squad, it could be an absolute mauling. Loads of home games in December as well. Maybe that will be decisive. But if you're looking forward to finding out, seeing if we can steer clear of relegation and whether any more jobs pop up, then please do put a thumbs up and subscribe for daily FM23 content. As you can see, we've either got no attacking threat or no defensive capabilities, but the individual errors, they're just going to cost us, and at the moment, it might yet be what relegates us. We've got a hard spell of games coming up after Carmarthen and the League Cup, but who knows? Maybe we can yet reach a cup final. We need a bit of luck on that front. I hope you're looking forward to finding out. As I mentioned earlier, we did have our summer transfer special from the Builder Nation earlier today. That one's up in the eye above, as is the Twitch channel where we're live daily, and loads of links to other platforms and ways to support the channel down in the description below. But thank you very much for coming along. I'll put that transfer special from today above my head now, and hopefully I'll see you next time with better results, better performances, and a double header, the hardest one of the season against TNS.